In our cover story, for the first time in 55 years, Americans spent less on pharmaceutical drugs in 2012 than they did the year before. The reason? Many drugs went off the so-called patent cliff, allowing much cheaper generic versions to hit the market. A number of blockbuster drugs went off the so-called patent cliff in 2012, two of the biggest, cholesterol-lowering Lipitor and heart drug Plavix. Drug companies such as Pfizer, in the case of Lipitor, had their patents expire, and consumers could buy generic versions that were as much as 90% cheaper than the branded version.
It wasn't so much that people were buying less medicine overall, but really the prices came down dramatically.
It's the end of a roughly 15-year ride upward for investors. So are new drugs in the pipeline, or are we in a trough waiting for the next batch to complete development and gain regulatory approval?
We are in the trough, but we're at the back end of the trough, and really I think growth starts to reaccelerate into the latter part of 2013 and into 2014.
Many see the growth coming from specialty drugs that are expensive and treat rare or complex conditions.
Alzheimer's and oncology are two huge areas. There's obviously a lot of room for further improvement, and I think there's a lot of work going on. I think in antibacteria, so there's resistance being built up. So I think that's another just enormous area of potential. But is the answer there right now? We haven't heard of it.
Another factor for pharma investors to consider, the impact of healthcare reform.
20 to 30 million people in the next 2 to 3 years will be gaining health insurance coverage. So the insurance effect is really what spurred a lot of the spending growth through the late 90s on pharmaceuticals. So with the increased number of people getting insurance of a variety of forms, either Medicaid or private plans for the state level exchanges, there is a massive increase in coverage about to hit this market.
Damian Conover at Morningstar predicts as a group, pharmaceuticals may grow as much as 5% annually with dividend yields of close to 4%.